Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm on Monday Moves. Tonight I have a special guest, my dear aunt, Dr. Nelda Francis. Today we're talking about seizing the moment, making the change. If you're just joining us, how are you? This is Dr. Kahilah White. I'm your favorite therapist, and I'm so excited to have you with me on tonight. So, Dr. Francis, anything to add to this discussion? We're talking about seizing the moment and making the change tonight on Monday Moves.
I'm anxiously waiting to hear what you have for us.
Okay, so I'm going to get right to it. Thanks for joining.
Welcome.
Okay, if you're just joining, this is Monday Moves. I am Dr. Kahilah White. I just had Dr. Francis just join. She says she's anxious. I am hoping. I see Samantha Fox, Patricia White Clark. Thank you for joining me. I see it's Poochie 26 in Jamaica. And so Divine Crystal, how are you? It's great to be here. I'm psyched. I'm pumped. I'm motivated. It's another Monday Moves, Platinum people. Are you ready? Let's talk about it. If you haven't already, go ahead and share this. Invite your friends, and let's have a discussion about how to wake up from the status quo. Mentally wake up. I'm talking about emotionally wake up, spiritually wake up, and move from status quo and developing skills to thrive today in 2021. It's the first of the month. I thought I'd kick it off with how we can go from a zero to being a hero, from being not that great to being exceptionally and wonderfully created, for living in Jeremiah 29 verses 11. God wants his children to prosper. He wants all things that are good for us. And so today, if you're just joining us, we are on Monday Moves. We're talking about seizing the moment, making the change. I'm going to hit you with 5 points, and then I'm going to go sit down. It's Monday Moves. I'm Dr. Kahilah White, your favorite therapist. This is your weekly dose of motivation. I'm so glad that you joined us. Thank you for letting me know on Instagram. They say they can't hear. Is anybody else having a problem on Instagram? Thank you, Facebook family, for joining. Instagram family is letting me know. Dr. Francis says she cannot hear. I want to find out if that's just one person or if that's many. I'm not seeing anybody else with that problem, so we're going to continue. We're talking about seizing the moment. We're talking about making the change and going from status quo and developing skills to thrive. It's Dr. Kahilah White, and we're going to get right into it. If you can't hear, switch over to Facebook, and then maybe we'll call this a day on Instagram. Because on Facebook, can y'all hear me? Just give me a little thumbs up if you can hear me, if the volume is okay and everything else is on point. Okay, so people can hear. Okay, cool. So we're talking about Monday Moves. We're talking about seizing the moment, making the change. One of my favorite people in Jamaica, Christine, if you need somebody to plan a wedding or an event, go for it. Blooming Concierge, I see you. Great. Seizing the moment, making the change, that's what we're talking about. We're going to do this in how to seize the moment, make the change in 5 quick points. First thing, develop your dream. Develop your dream. What would you do for free? What brings you joy? What brings you energy and life when you put your head on the pillow? What are you thinking about first thing in the morning? What do you go to bed thinking about? What's your dream? What do you want to birth? Some of us are dealing with dreams and ideas. Maybe the seed was planted years ago and we never quite harvested. So what do you need to grow and to thrive from and to learn from and to grow from? This is Monday Moves. If you're just joining, I see Jay Acapella, how you doing? On Instagram, over on Facebook, I'm seeing some people join. If you haven't already, let's shout out some friends. Let's share this. Somebody needs to be motivated on this Monday. Somebody needs to be encouraged because things may not be going the way they want them to. And you yourself may be in a feeling of sadness, despair, and things just aren't aligning the way you thought they would. Things just aren't where you thought they would be at this point in your life. This is the moment where you can seize the moment and you can make the change. This is Monday Moves. The first thing is you have to develop your dream. First, you have to identify what your dream is. You can't develop what you don't know. I'm going to repeat that. You can't develop what you don't know. So what's your dream? What fills you with joy? Iris Dunn, welcome. Thank you for joining us on Monday Moves. I'm Dr. Kahilah Jones-Whyte. Today we're talking about seizing the moment, making the change, moving from status quo to developing skills to thrive. Do you want to thrive? Do you want to thrive? How many of us really know what our dream is? My dream has always been to pour into people, to teach them how to be their best self. So I'm living my dream day by day. Queen Manji over on Instagram, nice to see you. Let's share this conversation. We're talking about how you can be your best self. We're talking about seizing the moment, making the change. I'm Dr. Kahilah Jones-Whyte, and the first thing out of the 5 points we're making today is developing your dream. How many of us know our dreams? What is birthing inside you that you need to go ahead and push and deliver? What is in you that's been in you maybe even since you were a child and you haven't gotten the opportunity to do it? And so we can talk about how to develop your dream. A lot of what I do, aside from the counseling, I do a lot of executive coaching. And today may be the day where you're done with your job and you've got new opportunities and you need to pivot and make a career change. We can talk about that all day. There's some of you on this that have made career changes. I'm talking about what is your dream, what has been birthed inside of you that you need to go push. You've had the contractions. You've been thinking about it for a while now. What do you need to deliver and give birth to? So the first thing that you need to do in order to seize the moment, make the change, is develop your dreams. Develop your dream. And it may be one dream, it may be several dreams. Antonelli, I see you. How are you? If you're just joining us, this is Monday Moves, and we are talking about seizing the moment, making the change. And one of the ways we can do this is by first developing your dream. Today, we're talking about be selective in what you dedicate your time to. What are you putting your time into? What are you growing? Because you may not be birthing your dream. You may be birthing somebody else's dream. Your friend has asked you to read their business plan. Your friend has done all these things, but you're not birthing your dream. You're worrying about fixing somebody else's. So what are you doing with your time? The first thing, and if you're just joining, it's Monday Moves. Thank you for being here. I'm Dr. Kahilah Jones-Whyte. This is your weekly dose of motivation. Today, Talzy W, I see you. Today, we're Pedal CeeLo, I see you over on Facebook. Today, we're talking about seizing the moment, making the change. Are you tired of living a status quo life? Are you tired of other people that you grew up with? It seems like the world is passing by. It seems like things are just going by and they're sailing by you. All the while, you have not given birth. You haven't delivered the dream that God has put inside you. So the first way that you are able to seize the moment and make the change is, number one, develop your dream. Give birth to your dream. And if you're just joining, please share this conversation. We want other people in our lives, in our family, in our friendship circles to win, win, win. If you don't want to win in 2021, I don't want to be around you. I want to be not only where the money resides, I want to be where the truth resides. I want to be where the purpose resides. And today, if you're just joining us, we're talking about seizing the moment, making the change. The first way to do that is to develop your dream. What have you lived with since you were a child? And maybe you haven't had the opportunity, the know-how, the skills, the knowledge, components to birth this dream. What do you need to give rise to internally? So that's the first thing. Develop your dream. We're moving into the second point. Remove distractions. Blooming Concierge, listen, we both helped each other leave a situation that may have stumped down our dream. So it's very important to know what your dream is. Know what your dream is. That's the first point, and develop it. Develop your dream. If you're just joining us, I see Chevy the Rapper. Welcome. This is Monday Moves on Instagram, my Facebook family. I'm Dr. Kahilah White. I'm your favorite therapist. And today we're talking about seizing the moment, making the change. We've gone through 2 points already. The first one, developing your dream. What do you need to give birth to? Develop your dream is the first thing. Second, remove distractions from your life. Distractions can be people, they can be places, they can be things, they can be jobs, there can be money can be a distraction. Sometimes we need to get rid of certain things that are no longer good for us in order to pivot, in order to seize the moment and make the change that's so necessary for us to bloom and grow where we're planted. So we're talking about seizing the moment, making the change. Jay White, hubby, love of my life, I see you. We are talking about how to be selective in what you dedicate your time to. What are you dedicating your time to? What am I pouring into? Am I pouring into things that are not going to give me a return on my investment? Am I so busy and so caught up with helping somebody else realize their dreams that I've forsaken mine? Necessities, you're finished traveling yet? I see you. Thank you for joining this Instagram. Share this conversation if you're just joining. It's Monday Moves, and we're talking about seizing the moment, making the change, moving from status quo to thriving. I want all the people around me to thrive, and that's why we have Monday Moves. So every week, we can get together, we can talk about what's going right and what could be better. I want to be at my best. Do you? Today we're talking about seizing the moment, making the change in 5 steps. We've gone through 2 already. Just to reiterate, number 1, develop your dream. What has been inside you? There are a couple people, necessities. You've done some really great work with pivoting and honing into what you love over on Instagram. Blooming Concierge, you've done some really amazing things with pivoting and moving into something you love. What are you birthing? What do you need to deliver? How can you develop your dream? That's what we're talking about on Monday Moves. The second thing is remove distractions. What chains do I need to break? What is holding me down? What is barring me from really thriving right now? What's holding me back? What is holding me back? Foxy Sam, thank you for sharing this conversation with all these people. Appreciate you. Come, let's have a conversation. We're talking about seizing the moment, making the change, moving from status quo. Are you tired of being on your couch day in, day out, saying tomorrow I'll get it done, tomorrow I'll do the business plan, tomorrow I'll go down and file for that LLC? Let's do it today. Let's go online. Let's come up with some methodology to be our best selves. If you've just joined us, this is Monday Moves. I'm Dr. Kahilah White, and we're talking about seizing the moment, making the change, moving from status quo to thriving, how to do it in 5 steps. Number 1, developing your dream. Developing your dream. And Blooming Concierge Ideas is saying what's holding us back? A lot of times people, and that's the second point. Thank you. Remove distractions. People can be distractions. We've said this before on Monday Moves. Toxicity needs to be taken out of our lives with the trash. I hope I'm not stepping on any toes, but even if I am, the Lord sent me with a word. Toxic people need to be taken out with the trash. They have no space or place in your life. Where God is trying to propel some of us, we can't move because there are other people in our life that are holding us back. They're holding us hostage from even being able to develop the dream that God has placed in our spirit and in our heart. Auntie Doreen, I see you on Facebook. If you're just joining, this is Monday Moves. Please share this conversation so you, friends, can come and we can sit together. SJ Fletch, I see you. Thank you for joining. This is Monday Moves. We're talking about seizing the moment and making the change. How to grow from being status quo. Are you not tired of day in, day out? You're doing the same things. You're wondering how the world is passing you by. People are thriving. They're thriving physically, health-wise. They're thriving emotionally, financially, romantically. What do we need to do? Develop your dream. Your dream can be a number of things. Your dream could be a healthy marriage. What are you doing? Who are you surrounding yourself with to lead you to your dream? How many people know you even have the dream? Foxy Sam is asking over on Instagram, what can we use to motivate us from getting out of that couch? You will be motivated when your dream is so big that it scares you. If your dream isn't, one of my favorite authors, Mark Batterson, wrote about that in a book called Chasing the Line. If your dream is not big enough to scare you, it's not big enough. What can you do? These are simple things that I'm going to give you some practical things. You can write down, just brainstorm. Start brainstorming things that you love. Start connecting with people. Some of our biggest resources, and we don't realize this, these resources are free. Romaine Nelson, I hear you. Some of our biggest resources are relationships. Who do I need to ask advice from? This is in answer to a question Foxy Sam is saying. How can we be motivated from getting off the couch, from being status quo? I don't want to be status quo. God did not create me to be status quo. God created me to be excellent. I am the daughter of a king. I am a princess. I am a queen. I am an empress. I am all that, a bag of chips and some shakes. All of that. Knits and hooks. I see you, Lisa. It's good to have you on Monday Moves. We're talking about seizing the moment, making the change. I'm Dr. Kahilah White. We've gone through 2 steps already. 2 steps. We're going to hit 5 today. 5 ways that you can move from status quo to thriving. And I want everybody around me to thrive. I want us all to be winners. Some people in your life are saying, man, I can't share that information. Check who your resources are. If they can't share information or help with you, they shouldn't be in your circle. So the first 2 points, in order to seize the moment and make the change, develop your dream. That's the first thing. Develop your dream. 2, remove distractions. Distractions can be people. And the third point, if you're just joining us on Monday Moves, this is seize the moment, make the change is the topic today. I still love my shakes. Blooming Concierge, always and forever. The third point in how to seize the moment and make the change is set goals. You need to know what you're going after. I have certain goals. I've put them on my vision board. I have plans for them. This is an example of one of my vision boards. There are goals. What are your goals? Everybody has a plan. Every successful person has a plan. Do you have a plan? If not, let's lean in. Let's find out how we can get a plan. Foxy Sam said, how do we get off the couch? If we're paralyzed with fear, the question is, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? If I believe that God is the architect of my life, He created me, and